They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I've been where the river ran. I'm drowning in a sunless sea. Sleep has held me by my hand. Promised me you'd set me free. Don't fall asleep to dream. I can't sleep tonight 'cause I gotta run, gotta hide, and I'm running.
Welcome to a very spooktacular filled super-size Halloween special episode of Horrors of Hibiki, episode 4, a very special guest and a very special franchise. That's right, for the first time ever, not just one movie, that's Bush League, that's Amateur Hour, that's baby stuff. We're doing the whole fucking series of A Nightmare on Elm Street, one of my favorite franchises, and I know my guest and my co-host also. Alongside me, it's not Horrors of Hibiki without my co-host at Lawman, so I did it for you this week, bud. You don't even got to worry about plugging yourself. TJ, happy Halloween. What's going on, man? How you been?
Happy Halloween. My son dressed up as a trash man, and here we are now doing what we're doing right now.
Indeed, I'm raising a little Duke Drosy over there, taking out the trash. That was a cool costume. Is he? You could.
Oh, he's a little trash man. He likes to walk around and pick up trash and put it in the bag. So we did his Halloween costume of being a waste management guy.
It's sad, like you didn't have like a little buddy of his from school or like a cousin or something. He could have dressed as the same thing, and they could have been Men at Work, Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, and they could have like clanged trash can lids together. It was like a duo costume. There's always next year.
Tried to put one of them on the dog, but it didn't fit him, and it just didn't work.
Dogs eat trash anyway. They don't take it out. That's their dinner. I mean, you know. Anyway, we're not alone, TJ. We are not alone. Very special guest in the house. Our good buddy, the man behind the plane over there. The finger in so many pies, this man, honestly. Logan Slater, busy as always, at Demon King 13 on Twitter. What's going on, man? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute. Usually you're here. You've always talked about wrestling. It's the first time non-wrestling related. We're happy to have you. How the hell you been? And where can everyone catch you and all that you do?
Well, it's great to be here. I think helicopters flying overhead. You can't find me, you silly bastards. Happy Halloween.
There you go. Color commentator over there too is you, TJ.
So. Yeah, he is. Right now, he kind of sounded like Ric Flair.
I am a commentator on that.
He does sound like Ric Flair a little bit right now. Anyway, what is it about this franchise, guys? What is it that's given it the longevity? Is it, in your opinion, is it the design of Freddy himself? Is it just the man, Robert Englund? Is it the outside the box thinking of this is how a killer kills you inside your dreams as opposed to your generic Michael Myers? Or is it, I think it's all the above.
Pick your feet up, swing your arms up to your head always like a sea. Do that jump, repeat to the swinging beat of the bed. To the bed. Keep awake, don't sleep, 'cause you gotta keep watch for Fred. In the boiler room, he'll be coming soon. To the bed. To the bed.
I think so many of these things have made this such a lasting and beloved. People fucking love this franchise, and I'm no different.
I'm one of them. I went out of my way and got merch. I got the shirt for the first one at Walmart for like $7, and then I found the third one in the same Walmart, and I'm trying to like collect all the shirts like in order. Like hopefully there's a Freddy's Dead shirt out there.
There's gotta be.
Because that one was just hilarious.
One of my
That's just the way it was.
one of my favorite things about 80s horror franchises and stuff is the little Easter eggs you find when you go back and watch them, and just to see what actors got their feet wet and obviously started. And we all know the biggest elephant in the room, and in his first fucking movie, you know, Johnny Depp, introducing Johnny Depp. I mean, obviously not the seasoned actor we'd see. He's a little rough in this, and he doesn't exactly have a big part. But I do think his death has got to be top 3 most memorable of the entire franchise. TJ, it's got to be the death of Johnny Depp in this.
Oh yeah, I mean, he gets sucked down. He's like trying to stay awake. He's got his like headphones on. He gets sucked down into his bed, and there's just like a fucking blood flow. It's like, is that really that much blood in somebody? I don't know, but it was cool looking.
I think
you would think that he was also possibly splitting out the blood of other victims that he had killed or eaten, because Freddy was never in one shape.
Yeah, you got to think.
That's a very good point right there. Yeah.
You got to think, too, the low-key brilliance of making the killer kill people in dreams, which also means you can take a lot of liberties and you don't got to explain shit. Like, of course, that's way too much blood, right? But it's in a dream, so it's exaggerated. So Wes Craven was smart enough to give himself that padding, and I think that's brilliant, you know?
Well, here was a fun fact. It wasn't supposed to be... Originally, Johnny Depp wasn't in mind for that role. It was Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
but Charlie was asking for a little bit too much money, and I think it was Wes Craven's daughter who was like, "I want Johnny Depp. He's dreamy."
Yeah,
and
really, I did not know that. Nope. I did not know that at all.
And he was also doing. I think Charlie was on his way to be doing either Lucas or Red Dawn at the time, because it was 1984 when the first one came out.
Look at that, fun facts already.
Or he was also doing his cameo on Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That too. One simple line catapulted him into superstardom. But that's not what we're talking about here today.
Well, what we're talking about, and for anyone, I don't know how you guys are watching, and no disrespect, but if you're watching a horror podcast, I don't know how you couldn't see at least one of these films. But if you haven't, if there's the slim chance that you've never seen any of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, it's based on Fred Krueger, who was a child killer, I guess, / child molester, who was finally caught back in the day and burned alive by an angry mob. And this is years later, and these are Freddy's back for revenge. And if you've kept up with the entire fucking mythos of Freddy, they explain it in later films. These demons from hell gave him the powers as the Dream Master and shit, and just some ridiculous little floating fish demons. And like Freddy's dead, they look ridiculous.
It gets fucking stupid. It gets fucking stupid later on.
It really does, but it starts out so fucking dark. Like the backstory of Freddy, the supposed story that his mother was raped by 100 inmates from a prison, and that's how he was born. Like, Jesus Christ! Like, my God.
Oh God, traumatized right at birth.
Yeah. Yeah, so it centers around Freddy's pissed off and he wants his fucking revenge, and what better way than all these little nosy little shits from the 80s. So he's back. The mob that killed him, these are their kids, and we're off to the races, guys. And the creativity flows from the infamous, the girl that dies upside down on the ceiling, which for this was 1984, so the practical effects in this still hold up. A lot of them really do still hold up.
Right, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Logan.
I was about to say, like, not a lot of movies were doing that type of effects back then. It was way ahead of its time, if you will.
Yeah.
And let's go back to the first movie where we thought she was going to be the Scream Queen winner.
The main protagonist.
Everything, but then she gets fucking crazy ass killed.
That's like, I feel like that's
So that was
that
right there.
that became like Wes Craven's fucking signature too over the years, like with Drew Barrymore and Scream, same shit. Like she was the poster girl, but she's dead. Like 5 fucking spoiler, guys. Drew Barrymore dies if you've never seen Scream. And later films in this we'll get to, like in 4, it starts out the rest of the Dream Warriors are fucking killed. You know, the death of Nancy and all that shit. Like he really loved doing that shit. The little dick teases about who's going to be the hero.
Exactly.
But it kind of goes to like her boyfriend. I don't remember what his name is, and they say that he fucking killed her. It's like, how can he fucking kill her on the goddamn ceiling? And then we get a little bit into that later into the movie, onto the first.
That's gotta be my biggest problem with the plot of the very first Nightmare movie. Other than that, I think it's a completely perfect horror movie, but it's so frustrating. Like the part where Nancy's like being analyzed and she pulls his hat out of the dream right in front of the doctor and her mom, and they're still like, I don't believe you. Where'd the fucking hat come from? John Saxon. John Saxon isn't having any of it. It takes fucking everything to make John Saxon a believer. These people would rather believe that fucking Santa Claus is real. You know?
John Saxon is her fucking dad, and she does not believe him.
Like here's the thing. I think that's probably what led to the divorce. He was so hard headed.
Became a raging drunk, and he entered martial arts tournaments with Bruce Lee after this. He was traumatized and
no, actually, probably he entered in with Steven Seagal and said, "This isn't worth."
It's so funny to see John Saxon in these, and then watch him kicking ass in Enter the Dragon, like all trying to be all sexy. It's so ridiculous. I love it. I love John Saxon. Tom Atkins and John Saxon. I needed them in a buddy comedy or cop movie like yesterday. Like, God damn it.
Right.
But the thing is, let's go back to Nancy's mother, and she is so fucking drunk on wine all the time. It is completely fucking Nancy.
She was a hot mess.
You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. And Nancy's like, I know what I'm talking about. I got people coming at me.
And how does
and later on in the movie, she finally is like, all right, I'm going to come clean, and shows off the glove. I know I was there when everything went down. And shows off the glove right out of the fucking thing.
Yeah.
The heater.
That too. It's like, gee, Mom, thanks for waiting until all my fucking friends were murdered. Right, thanks for waiting until all my friends were murdered one by one until you told me that secret. You know? You drunk bitch. Have another glass of Barefoot.
Let me know what happened with this Freddy Krueger guy.
Even the scenes, and I don't know if this speaks to the actress or the character, but even the scenes where like she wasn't drinking barefoot wine, where she was like at the doctor's place, who, by the way, fun fact, the doctor in this was the voice of Roger Rabbit, guys. She was just so dense. She was so dense and just such a space cadet character, even sober. She was just like the emptiest character in the world. Like the mannequin they used.
So, I mean, it was good that she got pulled into the goddamn
door
hole.
The door hole.
The window thing. And there got killed. Well, everybody. Oh, spoiler alerts.
Yeah. The infamous twist ending. The infamous twist ending at the end where the convertible pulls up and magically all of Nancy's friends are alive again and all is well, and Nancy's mom's sending them off, and here comes the top down on the Corvette and it's Freddy's sweater design. They drive off and suddenly...
All right.
What?
Travis, give us a whole... Just give us a whole thing about what happens in the first movie.
I mean, like I said at the beginning, if people haven't seen this movie by now, I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to tell them.
stands up as one of the best. I mean, Friday the 13th and Halloween, it stands up there with one of the best. So,
So
best out there. I lost my train of thought there for a second.
So the first Nightmare movie was obviously a big success. It was that time in the 80s. It was super popular genre. So the sequel was inevitable. A Nightmare on Elm Street 2. TJ, you've actually never seen the sequel. You are the luckiest motherfucker I know in the entire world to never see this movie.
Yeah. I've never watched this.
I will
I've
say
noticed-
this. Go ahead.
Go on.
I'll say this. It tried. It tried to capture whatever the fucking magic was from the first one. It just failed. It failed to miss the mark at almost every turn. Not to mention a weird, unneeded, like, child molester shit with the gym coach and just quite frankly, stupid, unneeded shit that when Freddy came out of Jesse literally exploded. And then suddenly, like 2 seconds later, he's fine. And that's not a dream. It's the real world. Shit, the dots just didn't connect in this movie for me, I feel like. And a lot of people like this movie. I mean, to each their own, I guess. Some of the kills are cool, like the when he's got the guy, like, makes him a puppet. Like, some of them are okay.
It doesn't really explain what the hell happened to Nancy.
It doesn't. It totally glosses over that shit. And I mean,
It went into a complete different story arc there for a minute. Or actually, not a minute. The entire movie. It went a complete opposite direction. There were no, like, recurring characters. Nothing like that.
the thing,
I've noticed.
Good.
I was going to say, like, it seemed to follow the model of the direction of every sequel to a big successful prequel. It just flopped when it came to telling a story.
A lot of people don't know the original ending to the first Nightmare movie wasn't how it was written in the script. It was supposed to be a happy ending, and Hollywood and all the shit wanted them to change it, the executives, so they could leave a cliffhanger for a sequel, and that really pissed off Wes Craven and rubbed him the wrong way. So I mean,
Well, I did read that before. I heard that Wes Craven did not want to have sequels to his movies.
Yep.
yeah. So I mean,
Again-
it was already a salty start. I will say this franchise, New Line Cinema, released this, and they weren't doing so hot before the release of this. This franchise totally made New Line Cinema and would get them bigger properties and stuff in the future. So New Line Cinema owes pretty much everything to Freddy and Wes Craven. So you would think you think they would cater to the fucking man a little more. He made your fucking company, for God's sakes.
He brought you guys were rock bottom.
Yeah.
So
The less said about 2, the better. Let's talk about what we all want to talk about. For the general consensus, ask anyone around who's a seasoned veteran at this franchise. This is everyone's favorite. Mine, TJ's, yours, Logan. Dream Warriors.
Yes.
What the fuck can you say about Dream Warriors? A perfect 80s horror movie. It blends everything perfectly.
can we say it also it kind of like sparked a huge career for Dokken as well?
Most definitely. But that fucking music
One
video,
of your favorite bands.
that music video is still
this
awesome.
is Lawrence Fishburne's big break right here, other than Apocalypse Now.
Yeah. Larry
That
Fishburne.
is true. I forgot.
The fucking orderly at the mental hospital. Larry Fishburne himself.
He was awesome.
He
He was awesome.
He was. I feel like everybody was awesome in this movie, except for Patricia Arquette, just because I feel like she's an awful actress. Come at me, but I can't stand her. But other than that, I love everything about this movie.
Okay.
I thought Patricia Arquette was amazing in that. So fuck you, Travis. I think she was great.
She's a good screamer.
And getting killed.
Yeah, she is a good screamer.
one person that doesn't get much credit for being a Scream Queen is Heather Langenkamp. I think I said her last name wrong, but her, Nancy.
Who is
She doesn't
back?
get much credit.
Oh,
Who's back as Rogue in
She-
this? Cosplaying as Rogue.
Heather Langenkamp is one of the all-time Scream Queens. I'll put that right there.
Let me ask.
Right up there with Ashley Lawrence.
Let me
Yes.
there it is. Let me ask you guys a question. Let me pose it to you right there. There it is. Death battle. Ashley Lawrence, Heather Mellencamp. Who you got?
I would go with Heather automatically.
I gotta agree.
I'm going Ashley Lawrence.
I'm going Heather just because Ashley Lawrence was so terrible in Mikey. She was like the worst part of Mikey.
Can we add one more and make it a triple threat?
Yes.
Okay.
Leanna Quigley.
I'm still going Heather.
Who's she? Who's she?
Return of the Living Dead.
Was that the punk rock girl who got eaten alive?
I think so.
The naked girl who's okay. I'm still going Heather.
I mean,
yeah.
she definitely.
I'm still going Ashley Lawrence.
Well, I'm sticking with Heather, but if you want to throw in Leanna, she's up there.
Fair enough.
But she was in a lot of like B movies and actually made a career out of posing naked.
That is a good movie that we should review here tonight. Not tonight, but one time.
Return to Living Dead?
What? I would do it.
I'm
Write it down.
No
Write it
pushback.
down.
No pushback
Because
here.
she, look, when you're talking about the girl that danced naked on the graves,
Yeah.
right?
The redhead, punk rock girl who always gets naked.
She was like blonde when I met her.
The character whose biggest fear is to like get eaten alive by old men, and she gets eaten alive by old men.
I think that's it.
That's my all-time favorite horror movie, so I have no problem reviewing that one day. I love Return to Living Dead so much that I want to get the Tarman zombie tattoo. But that's a story for another time. I think Dream Warriors both blessed and kind of cursed the series, because as great as this movie is, this is the first time the series, quite frankly, got a little silly, like with the Dungeons and Dragons kid, and now we have powers. Like, I love it. I love it, but this gave Hollywood an excuse to be like, all right, money to be made, let's be silly for the kids. And it was like off to the races in a bad way after this.
With Dream Warriors, you could tell the creativity was back as well when it came to killing everyone, like the puppet and the bitch being fucking slammed through the TV. And the drive was there. It was, to be honest, I think it was the sequel that we needed it for the second one.
Yeah.
I agree right there.
Let's not
It continued the story. It didn't.
They got a lot of blowback, actually, for the junkie death, where he shoots her up with a bunch of dope and the syringes. They got a lot of shit for that. I can see why.
They did.
But
Yeah, because it was during a very I forgot where I was going with it. Drugs were in high demand, mainly heroin at the time.
well, not even that. This is also the time in the 80s where they're starting to crack down on like censoring these movies more. Like what they did to the Friday series eventually after this with like toning shit down, it just made it so lame, and it was inevitable because people were gonna complain. That offends me, you know.
Well, you know what? I don't see why the badass woman who got injected with all the drugs, why is that offensive? I don't get it. I mean, it was her vice. It was her thing that she was going to, and
Freddie
capitalized on it. Exactly.
I'm more offended at the cast.
So I don't get it.
I'm more offended at the casting of the actress who played Nancy's mom in One than I am at this drug death. Like, it's fine with me.
I'm offended at the fact that Patricia Arquette was in this movie.
I feel like the mannequin that was yanked through the door they used for one at the
I
twist.
like.
I feel like the mannequin that was used at the end of one as like the twist ending had more charisma than the actual actress the mannequin was used to portray.
Oh my God, y'all are gonna shit on Patricia Arquette.
I'm not talking about
she's
Patricia.
great.
I'm not talking about Patricia Arquette. I'm talking about Nancy's mom from one right now.
You are. You're talking shit about Patricia Arquette. I think she's fucking great.
She sucks too, but I'm actually talking about her mom. Let's talk about a movie that a lot of people don't really remember. Let's talk about Nightmare 4. Okay? So there's a couple survivors from Dream Warriors. They defeat Freddy again when you got to collect all his bones in Dream Warriors, right? And you get some awesome claymation like the skeleton, like Jason and the Argonauts type shit. It was also what they used for the terrible Nintendo game, Nightmare on Elm Street. That was also the plot. You got to collect all the bones. So that's where that's from. God, that game sucks. Jesus Christ.
Well, that was Dream Warriors, and they had to get rid of the bones.
Yep. Dream Warriors 4 starts off with the surviving people from 3, but Patricia Arquette, I'm sorry, TJ, the ship has sailed. She's replaced in this one. They replaced her.
4, I didn't watch. So that's all y'all.
For the Dream Master, where we've got so immediately the Patricia Arquette clone is killed. They're all killed. We get a brand new cast of this because all the old cast who survived are killed in the first 10 minutes. And to be honest, I guess you've seen this, Logan. I guess it's just a generic unfun version of Dream Warriors without the awesome music. It's just fucking predictable and lame, I guess. It's just, I don't know. What stands out about it?
Nothing really. I mean, they should have done what they did with number 3 and just I would say draw out the characters from Dream Warriors and have them die late, in the middle of the movie to really kill off that story, and then carry on with the rest of the story you're trying to tell with Dream Masters. The creativity was gone, and wasn't Wes Craven gone by then too?
Oh yeah, long gone. We're in.
Oh, what's gone after 1?
We're in money hungry cash grab mode by the time we hit 4, and even worse, we can just move right along to 5. 5 is actually the one I remember the least, the Dream Child. I don't know how much you guys have seen part 5, but it is blurry as a motherfucker to me. That probably speaks to how good it is then. You know, it's just, I don't know.
It was a mess. I don't think they carried on with the story at all. It was another one.
Oh, good.
I was about to say, it didn't carry on with anything. It belongs up there with 2 because it went right off the rails.
TJ, you said you like 5? Is that what I heard?
I didn't like 5. Didn't like 5.
Yeah, from pretty much everybody's opinion on 5, the biggest complaint is that it's just convoluted. It's a fucking mess.
It was I mean, they drove to the Elm Street area, and everything was fucking weird. And you had Roseanne and Tom Arnold were there, and
that's Freddy's Dead. That's the next movie that's coming up.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm completely wrong. Okay.
Well, there's
on me right now.
When there's 7 or 8 movies in a series, you get a pass. It's understandable. I mean,
and you can tell
what is 5?
5 is the Dream Child.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Pretty much, Alice from 4 is back in 5, and the whole thing is that Alice. It's all about the birth of this gruesome baby and Freddy's spirit trying to beat, because Freddy drives off of fear. When there's no fear, there's no powers for Freddy, and no Freddy. So he tries to get himself. It's such a mess, and I'm trying to do this as linear as I can for as confusing as the movie is, but he's trying to be reborn in a real life baby, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the synopsis of 5, and it's just dumb and stupid. It's really dumb.
Basically, it's like they went with this whole Omen thing.
Yeah.
They were trying to put the devil into a baby or into a child. And Freddy's the devil in this situation.
And doesn't Freddy like use the infant when it's born as like a tracking thing to like bring victims so he can get? It's just weird. It's like baby radar or something.
Correct. Correct. They were scraping the bottom of the barrel on this one.
Well, under the bottom of the barrel, there's like a little latch, and if you flip it up, you'll find Nightmare 6, Freddy's Dead. Now we can talk about Roseanne Barr and that ridiculous cameo, and the Power Glove scene. Breckin Meyer from Clueless and Road Trip plays like a Billy's.
Wait, so I'm sitting there trying to remember what number 5 is about.
We just said it.
We just said it. It was about it's about a demon baby.
Basically, the Omen, but the devil's burnt.
Mm-hmm. Generic Omen is basically the plot.
Yeah.
Or like,
okay, if we're going to talk about Freddy's Dead, we can.
5 is kind of like.
Fuck, did I miss that movie too?
Hopefully you did.
You might
it's
have.
terrible. 5 is kind of like Ghostbusters 2 in a way with Vigo and Dana's baby. Also, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. If we're going to talk about Freddy's Dead, we got to talk about the fucking cameo or the involvement of Alice Cooper.
Oh, Freddy's
the
dad.
Ugliest woman I've ever seen.
Alice Cooper playing Freddy's dad. Hell of a cameo.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't go. Fun fact: he did not go. He wasn't credited as Alice Cooper. He went by his real name.
Just to add a little more mystique.
Mm-hmm. They're sitting there like, who's this fucking guy? And then they take a closer look. Oh, it's Alice Cooper. Didn't recognize him without a boa constrictor or fucking being in a straitjacket.
Or a vest with his little twig arms sticking out. Bear's twig arms. The littlest arms I've ever seen on a man. On Alice Cooper. And
he's got a big hand and little arms.
And I'm sure Amber Heard's excited about this. Johnny Depp with a cameo returns to the series that started off for him with a little. This is your brain.
This is your brain on.
Yeah.
On drugs.
Yes, it's
With
awesome.
an X.
It's really cool that Johnny Depp like respected his roots, and he knew this was a trash movie, but he still like popped in with the cameo. And Freddy's daughter in this, the main protagonist, who TJ is absolutely head over heels with. She's very attractive, but it's actually Billy Zane's sister. Fun fact.
Really?
Yep.
She's absolutely fucking gorgeous.
I don't hate the chemistry. I think she actually has good chemistry with Robert Englund in this. Those are probably the best scenes in this movie is when she faces off with Freddy. Those are fine. Other than that,
well, you know what? I don't care if she has good chemistry with Robert Englund. I think she's fucking hot.
What he's saying is he also thinks that she has good chemistry with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'll give we'll do some demon baby worm things to go into our sons.
She can fly your kite any day, I guess.
Yeah.
This has to be the most. This movie has to be out of all of them, the most Looney Tunesy fucking shit. Like when he rolls out the spikes, just like Wile E. Coyote when the guy's falling forever. My God,
Cash grab.
Jesus Christ, it's fucking. It is kind of like they did kind of get back to gore though, like the hearing aid scene where the guy has the hearing aid. And I love that scene. I do like that.
Oh, we cannot go with the most random scene of the movie. Where's the map? Or what does the map say? The map says you're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so much to take in. Fred, like one viewing of Freddy's Dead, by the end of it, you're just spent. You're like, my God, like I am oversensitized by all this ridiculous shit. And the cherry on the Sunday of this movie, TJ, it was in 3D. The DVD comes with 3D glasses. Like Freddy's death. By the way, this is the lamest. This is the lamest way Freddy has ever killed. He just explodes, and you see his head just go towards the camera. It's fucking stupid. Like,
I don't remember how they killed Freddy in this one at all.
she just
I
like
just remember like
she just explodes.
the
Like,
video game and everything.
Poof.
yeah, just
Oh wait,
poof.
his head exploded, but how does it explode? What happens?
I think
Oh.
she just puts dynamite in him or a bomb. Boom.
And
Oh,
it was just
they're back at the home center for all these people, and then she puts dynamite in them. Yep.
Well, it's this
That's right.
it's this dumb thing too. Like they brought in Freddy's mother on and off in the movies, and every time they tried to the nun, every time they tried to show her, it just became more confusing each fucking. Like in this, like you touch her and you can kill him or transport or some weird shit. It's just I don't know what they were thinking with that. It's just overcomplicated shit, I feel like.
and you noticed how many stars of the 80s were kind of thrown into this movie as well to make cameo appearances and all that other stuff. They were trying to up the series, even though by 5 nobody had cared.
Yeah,
So-
Well, no, you look at that. You got like Breckenmeyer, you got Roseanne Barr, you got Tom Arnold.
Johnny Depp, fucking Alice Cooper,
Kinda.
Robert
Alice
Englund,
Cooper.
because he was already a star just because of this role. But Robert Englund,
Yep. I mean, this one came out in what 92.
No, you got a lot of guys right there that were like, okay, this is like Freddy's dead. We're going to all be in it. Let's do it.
The best way to make the series make sense is if we take 2 seconds and we skip New Nightmare for a second. So this movie came out in 92, in the same year, within the same like couple months, Jason Goes to Hell came out. This was supposed to be kind of the finale for both in a way, and we all know the end of Jason Goes to Hell. The infamous, for the only good part of Jason Goes to Hell really is the ending. It's a rough watch, but when I saw that, when I saw that as a kid, guys, I pretty much shit my pants all over the place. I was so excited just to wait a fucking like 10 years for it to finally see it happen. We see Freddy's hand pull Jason's mask.
No, and you had Freddy's laugh coming out when he did.
And I love me a good versus movie. You know, Godzilla versus King Kong, Frankenstein, Wolfman, all that shit. This is one of the best ones. It was way better than it had any right. I thought this movie was going to be shit, and I actually really like Freddy versus Jason. I'll admit it. I almost say I liked it. I almost say I love that movie, but I liked it. It was good. I feel like it's exactly what it should have been. And they didn't just have you didn't just wait around for an hour and a half waiting on the fight. They had like 5 fucking fights. You definitely got your money's worth on the versus aspect, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy that.
I would put it in my top 5 versus movies and horror movies, because the gore was there from both sides, how it should have been. Look at the ending as well. That kind of left a little bit to mess with if they were to do a sequel, which I think by now it's a little too late.
It's a little too late now. I think Robert Englund, he's like in his 70s now. I don't know if he can do it anymore.
He's open to do Freddy again.
As long as they get a good stunt man and they do a good job with editing, he could probably pull it off.
He could.
They did. They've totally. Now it's been 20 fucking years, right? They've left this wide open. 20. So now we're talking even longer from Jason Goes to Hell from 02's Freddy vs. Jason. On paper and fantasy booking, we'll kind of bring this back to wrestling. It should have been a squash match. Freddy should have eviscerated Jason, right? But I think they did a good job with explaining how Freddy's weaker now because there's no fear and stuff like that. So it did an all right job of kind of making it a fair fight, when in reality it should have been a 2-second fight, you know?
Mm-hmm. But they...
No, Jason should have destroyed Freddy.
How?
It wasn't Kane Hodder. It wasn't Kane Hodder behind the Jason mask for versus.
I believe so. I
don't
find out
know.
in 2 seconds. Let's see.
I don't know if he was.
Kane Hodder's one of the only known Jason. I mean, I guess one of them from the Friday the 13th series, not the Jason Goes to, or Jason X or Jason Goes to Hell or anything like that. I guess one of the guys who played Jason recently passed away.
Well, he is the Jason that everybody thinks about. I don't know if Kane Hodder was the Jason in that movie.
So I have a quote. I
have
the quote right here. He was supposed to be in it, but he was replaced. So here's the quote from Kane Hodder. Shortly after Jason X, I was given the script for Freddy vs. Jason and told I was doing it. We know how that went. That's the thing. I was told I was doing the film and then replaced. So that's even worse. I never expected that. Just because I had done the previous one that I would do the next one, I assumed. I was always very happy when they told me that, but I never expected to just be cut. But when you're told you're doing it and then you tend to expect it, it kind of just goes on and on. But yeah, they were kind of pussies about it, and they just kind of did it last second after promising him the role. That's shitty. My God, because if anyone earned that fucking role, Kane Hodder. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
He's Jason.
Yeah, he is.
So, say if it was Kane Hodder behind the Jason mask, I think the fight scenes would have been even more gruesome than they were.
I agree. Nobody gave himself more to a
There might have
than
been.
Kane Hodder like that, I feel like.
Damn. That feels like a big fuck you.
It really is.
I think, no, I agree with you. I think about like everything to do with the shit coming down on all of them, and I think that would have been a great match.
That quote, by the way, I just read for everybody listening. It's not from that long. It's not from that long ago. So he's still pretty salty about it. That's a pretty recent interview. So I guess I'd be salty too, because I know that movie did tremendous. That movie made a lot of fucking money. I know that. Made a shitload of money.
Oh, I think it reignited both series. If you want, it was supposed to, and then we got nothing from either side until like Friday the 13th, which was basically a horror porn that had a fucking Jared Padalecki from Supernatural in it.
Yeah.
And then they gave us that very, very dark version of Nightmare on Elm Street with Jackie Earle Haley.
Let's talk about that, and then we'll wrap it up, because I actually want to save New Nightmare for its own episode, because I want TJ and I to kind of just go into that fresh out of watching it. So we'll save that, because it doesn't really follow the canon. It's kind of an offshoot. But let's talk about the remake before we get out of here. It does one of the worst things you can do when you do a remake, and it tries to do it shot for shot, almost the same. And when you do that, immediately I go, what's the fucking point? I may as well just watch the first one. At least give me a little bit something different. The makeup was atrocious. Freddy looked fucking ridiculous.
Oh my God. Freddy had a nose, right?
Robert Englund had
what the fuck?
He had a big fucking honker. Robert Englund had a big... Yeah.
It's like they fucking just shaved it down. Okay, this is what Freddy's supposed to look like. No.
Robert
Englund.
He has that profile of like cha 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 cha, like he's got a honker, a big old schnoz, and you just melt it off.
That's like if you give Ryan Stiles a fucking role, you can't get rid of his nose.
Well, this is the guy, the guy that did Freddy was the same guy from Watchmen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He tried. Jackie tried.
Here's the thing. Impossible shoes to fill. I don't think anyone stands a chance trying to fill the shoes of Robert Englund. I think they're doomed to always be compared and to never live up. I think they're always going to have that hurdle, which is why you just shouldn't probably fucking do it. We already have like 8 or 9 fucking movies anyway. Like literally. Like we have like, especially with as bad as by the way, I finally watched Halloween Ends, TJ. Holy shit, were you right? My God. Sometimes stop. Stop killing your legacy. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. And I think that's where
that movie.
It's awful.
That movie sucks.
It's fucking bullshit. It's
the
terrible.
Remake for Nightmare. The remake we're talking about, I almost killed the legacy, in my opinion.
The backlash, I haven't seen backlash as severe as the Nightmare remake in a long time, as when that came out. It just pissed people off. I feel like everybody genuinely felt like we just wasted our time, because it was pretty much the same movie, just not as good. So it's like, stop it with the fucking remake. At least, and a lot of people don't like the Terrifier movies. They're okay, but at least it's a new fucking character, and it's a new killer, and it's something. All Hallows Eve, it branched off of that, so at least it's not just a fucking goddamn another shitty Halloween movie, you know? And I'll give Terrifier a pass on that.
I was actually stuck watching it because it was at one point the only movie my friend had, and I was stuck watching it, and I'm like, this isn't. It didn't have the same energy that it did from the first one. It took a really sharp turn south with it.
Just fucking boring, right? It's just
I was like, you're sitting there like, hey, I've seen this before.
Exactly. You guys, we all fair before we recorded this, everyone listen, we're all kind of like, this is crazy. We're going to try to review all these fucking movies. Well, guess what, guys? At 47 minutes, we did it. The Three Musketeers. I believed in us, and we did it, guys. We reviewed Nightmare on Elm Street series. Happy Hollow fucking Ween. Logan, thank you so much, my man, for coming on here and doing this task at hand, but we did it, and I don't want to talk about Freddy movies for a while now. I'm burnt out on Freddy.
We finally climbed that mountain. Hopefully we can do like Friday the 13th with something next.
We'll figure it out. We'll have you back on sooner than later. As always, one more time, where can everyone catch you, man?
You can find me on Twitter at DemonScorpio13. And of course, you can catch us actually tonight, since it's like past midnight and everything, live on Twitch at twitch.tv/NewGenNetwork. I think we got a good card tonight.
There you go, guys. Get over there, subscribe, check out all that stuff. TJ, we've never done a Halloween episode. We can't say that anymore. It's in the books, my man.
It is in the books.
From Mikey to Freddy, what a month it's been. It's so good to have Horrors of Hibiki rolling again, my friend.
And every time you say that, it sounds like you said Horrors of Hibiki.
Horrors of Hibiki. You got to pay for that show. You got to pay and tip out for that series.
It's $4.99.
You lowball me there.
No, I meant $499.
Second. Oh, wait, man.
Yeah, you can.
I will say, go watch Mikey. Go watch whatever movie we just fucking watch. Lawman.
And when
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And it was TJ's turn to pick our next episode. When we return, god damn it. TJ picked Leprechaun. Leprechaun with Jennifer Aniston and Warwick Davis, the first one. We're going to check it out next time. Horrors of Hibiki, God help us. Until then, hit that red button down below. Subscribe right here, Hibiki TMD on YouTube. Check out Unismac Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, Podbean. If it's a streaming service, we're fucking on it. Proud as a piece to announce 12,000 downloads and counting. God damn, it's surreal. And this has been a blast. Horrors of Hibiki.